No one wanted it this way. Joe Biden is a good man, a good American, a great president. But time and the burden of the office means it's time to step aside, to put a warrior into the political arena, ready to take on Donald Trump, to face up to the un-American plan Trump and Project 2025 will impose. Vice President Kamala Harris is ready, experienced, and as a tough prosecutor, Kamala Harris dealt with men like Trump all the time. Rapists, con men, frauds, criminals. She's used to guys like Trump, used to putting them in their place.
Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America?
Kamala Harris will bring something to Trump he's rarely seen. Justice.
You know, as many of you know, before I was elected as vice president, before I was elected as United States Senator, I was the elected Attorney General, as I've mentioned, of California. And before that, I was a courtroom prosecutor. In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
Project 2025 is the published roadmap for Republicans if they win the 2024 election. Thing 2, women's rights. They will abolish no-fault divorce, ban all abortions with no exceptions, ban all contraceptives. Yes, you heard me. This is an attempt to control women into living in some Christo-fascist Stepford Wives version of reality. It's a blatant attempt to regulate women back to second-class citizens, without autonomy over their bodies or their lives. We cannot let this stand. Vote for Democrats.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
All right, Mike is on. Who's Mike? Where's Mike? Who the hell is Mike? Hey, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Here it is. It's 9:11. I hate when I look at the clock and I see 9:11. But anyhow, it's 9:11 a.m. here in the Pacific time zone, specifically Las Vegas. It's already pretty warm out. It's already 98 degrees, and we've got an expected high, I believe that says 109. We've also been under, besides being under an excessive heat watch, we've been under these excessive thunderstorm watches and flash flood watches going on here in Las Vegas. Anyhow, I just want to say hi real quick before we get started. Got MJ Daniel, looks like first one in the driver's lounge. Thanks for being here. 56 Nick Rich, hit the like. He hit the like and says hit the like. Suzanne Forisepi is here. Smash the like button, please. William is here. Hey, TJ and everybody else. Hey, back at you. Tamara Price is in the driver's lounge. Good to see Tamara. Walter Makarovich is in the driver's lounge. Says, good morning, Trucker John. And to everyone, did you get your free lunch? I did not, but that was because I left and I went somewhere else. If you guys, well, I know some of you, I know Tamara watched my video. I went over to the 303 In the Cut. And it is the best Philly cheesesteak sandwich that I have ever eaten. And I posted a video on that if you want to check it out. And that, I believe that offer for the free the meal still stands over there at the Rio, because she said I could come back today. Michael Meandros is here. Michael Meandros says, I just heard the audio of Vance saying he'll write his dog in before voting Trump and even considering voting Hillary. I wonder why GOP is trying to push the false dim chaos theory. Yeah, they're a mess. They're a mess over there. Hugger Greeter's here. Good to see Teresa. Thanks for being here. Hugger Greeter TK. Let's see. Bonnie Agliotta's here. Good to see Bonnie in the old driver's lounge. Deborah Murphy. Ride the Blue Machine. Okay. Let's see who else we got here. Everybody's in there saying hello. Everyone is nicely greeting one another. Good to see that. Pamela is here. Pamela is so excited about VP Kamala Harris becoming the nominee. And I swear to God, well, no, I'm not going to get into the pronunciation. I guess we're going with Kamala. Even though she did say it rhymes with Pamela. So, I don't know. I'm confused. Let's see here. Yeah, we know Teresa's sisters aren't going to vote blue, but what can you do? That means all of us got to pick up the slack. Make sure we vote. Vote blue. Hey, there's Chris. Chris is here. Good to see Chris. In the driver's lounge. And let's see who else we got here. Tamara Price, that sandwich looked so good. Yes, it was delicious from 303 In the Cut. It was. I'm not lying when I say that's the best Philly cheesesteak I've ever eaten in my life. I'm not lying. Tim Farrell here is saying blah blah blah. Okay. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your input, Tim Farrell. Helga Greeter says, imagine that the orange turd DJT is panicking over Kamala Harris because he is fearful of her. Oh, they're scared shitless. Are you kidding me? The entire Republican Party is scared shitless. Have you seen what she's done? I mean, I think everybody did what I did. The very day that it came out that Joe was stepping down and she was going to be the pick or whatever, I went and I donated $15 to Act Blue, which is going to her campaign, right? That's because when you click on her thing, it takes you to donate. It takes you to Act Blue. So she's hooked up with Act Blue. So I did $15, and then I heard. So I kept hearing like, yeah, she raised $28.3 million in the first hour, and it was like she raised $50 million in the first evening or whatever. And now, what's been a couple days? I heard it's over $200 million, I think, in donations to her campaign. It's amazing. It's amazing. We are on fire for her. There is enthusiasm. There's like we haven't seen. I mean, it's amazing. It's really, really amazing. And I'm definitely like the show card says, I'm with her. Chris says it's pronounced Kamala. I know, but I'm saying that even Kamala Harris, during her campaign for the 2020 campaign, and I believe in a book that she wrote, said it's pronounced like Pamela. Unless she pronounces Pamela, I don't know. Anyhow, I should not even have brought it up. This is not where we need to be. We do not need to be, arguing over her name. Apparently, the thing we're going with is Kamala. Even though she herself has said it rhymes with Pamela. So I need to drop it. I'm dropping it. No more on that. Alrighty, so let's see. Outer Drive says, it's Princess Kamala, thank you. No, it's not princess. We don't do princesses here. She's vice president, and she's going to be the future president of the. In 2024, she's going to win, and she will become president. We don't do princesses and we don't do princes and princesses and kings and queens. This is a democracy. This is not a monarchy. All right. And I know if it was a joke or whatever, but still. I'm just saying. Walter Makarovich, even Trump and his son wrote checks for Harris' re-election. Well, I think those were for when she was running for Attorney General in California or something. I don't think those were for a presidential campaign, right? For Harris' re-election. So that would be like either for Senate. Maybe, yeah, it was back when she was either in Senate or something like that. Yeah, probably when she was senator. Chris, I'm going to donate some when I get paid. Hey, man, even $3. But and if you can't afford anything, just then make sure you vote. Make sure you check your registration, vote.org. Make sure you do whatever you can. Just tell your friends and families that she's a great choice and that you're going to be voting for her, and you urge everyone else to vote for her. You know, if that's all you can do, just word of mouth, just, you know, that's, do what you can do. But, and don't think that there's any donation that's too small, because there's not. You know, I mean, if millions of people all gave $1 or $2, then that would be millions of dollars, right? So, and like I said, I did 15. But if all you do is 3 or 5 or whatever you can, I think it makes a difference. It really does. Not only it helps them be able to mount these really huge ad campaigns and set up more offices all across the country and all the states and everything, get a good infrastructure in place for the campaign. But it also helps to really fire people up. I mean, the news of how much she has raised in just these last 2 days has sort of overshadowed everything else. And that's what we want. We want like good, positive news instead of always, well, when Joe was in there, it was always just they talking about the debate, his bad performance in the debate, which was like almost a month ago now, right? And they were still talking about it. It was weeks. And it wouldn't go away. The story wouldn't go away. Now the news story is Kamala Harris is fucking on fire. The enthusiasm for her is unparalleled, actually. It's unparalleled. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, we saw Barack Obama really capture, once he got the nomination and everything, when he was running, I mean, we saw a real big enthusiasm for that too. We also saw a lot of hatred on the other side, right? And we're seeing that already with the Republicans. They are scared shitless of her, and so they're trying whatever they can. They're grasping at straws. Literally, in the case of Sean Hannity, this so-called friend of mine on Facebook posted something. Apparently, he's a big maggot, and all it is this little video clip of Kamala Harris saying something. I guess they didn't like the sentence structure. I can't remember what it was. It's like, what may come or something like that. I don't know, whatever it is. And I didn't have time to respond because I was getting ready to come on here. But if I did respond, and I think I will go back and respond later, I'm just going to go, so I'm going to go, really, Joe? Because this guy's name is Joe. I'm going to, really, Joe? That's all you got? Have you never heard Donald Trump speak? You want to point out some little gaffe or something, or not even a gaffe, but you don't like the sentence that Kamala Harris used. You don't like her word structure in this one sentence, but you are gonna you're a fucking maggot, because he even in his post he even said something about being MAGA does it or whatever. So he's a maggot. What? So you're just gonna continue to give Trump a a pass for all his gaffes? Do you not listen to what he says? Do you not? You're a maggot. You must know that Trump continually trips over his words and gives people the wrong names, calls people the wrong names, over and over again. I see Jolie made it. Thank you, Jolie, for being here. I was getting worried about you. Let me scroll back up a little bit as I was talking. The scroll was scrolling. Walter McCarthy's back in 2011. Yeah, so I guess that was when she was running for Senate or something, I guess, or whatever. AJ Daniel, yes, and they do not know how to respond, and we donated $30 that day too. Yeah, it's just been amazing. Deborah Murphy, Walter McCarthy, that is old when she ran for Govey. But it does show that they were contributing to her campaign. Nick Ritz says, I donate money via YouTube. I don't know, Super Chats. Oh, Kamala needs a YouTube channel so people from around the world can't donate to her campaign. Maybe she does. I don't know. But yeah, Walter, yeah, you're right. It is laughable. You find the Trumps donating to her campaign. Barney Agliata says, VP Harris, I feel like I can breathe again. I was worried about Joe. I adore him, so brave. In my book, Joe Biden is still the greatest president within my lifetime. And we can only hope that it'll just get better and better with Kamala Harris. And then right on down the line. Like I've been saying, we need to get a good 40 or 50 year run of just solid Democrats all the way through. White House, House of Representatives, Senate. We need to get the courts back. All that shit. I say 40 to 50 years. I'd like to be forever, but I'm just saying we need a good run here. None of this back and forth shit. We got to stop with this fucking back and forth pendulum thing going back and forth. This is ridiculous. We can never get anything done with all this back and forth shit because we're always spending our time cleaning up after the Republicans. That's why we need a good run of election cycle after election cycle after election cycle of just good Democrats doing good work for the country. Let's see, what's Tim Farrell say? And just like that, you can't make me wear a mask. Crowd started wearing oversized square bandages on their on their under ears. Yep, they're a cult, Tim Farrell. They're just in a cult. Chris says she's kicking ass. She is definitely kicking some ass. Taking some names. Kicking ass and taking names. Here, maybe we'll do a little decoration here. Okay, so we saw this. This was the show card. I'm with her. And I am with her. Just like I was with Joe. And I'm with Kamala. Absolutely. 100%. And here's a little meme that I got. She's got the backing. I mean, this is just one little thing. This is what, was it UAW, whoever it is? What union is that? I have to zoom this in. She's in Vegas. Oh, AFL-CIO endorsed. Okay, so I mean, this is just one example. I mean, she's got an endorsement, and after endorsement, she's just everyone is coming on board. And apparently, I mean, that wasn't the original plan by some of these assholes that we're still kind of mad at. Like, that in one way they were right. It's proving that they were right, that Joe had to step down. And I think because we've seen how this has ignited the enthusiasm for the Democratic Party for this election. But there were apparently some of these assholes, they didn't want Kamala Harris to be the one to take over the race. They wanted to leapfrog over her and go to somebody else. And I think Biden said, hey, look, if I step down, it's going to be Kamala. All right? Otherwise, I'm not stepping down. So, and then you had other people like AOC was like, you know, I think it was AOC who was like outing people for saying, hey, there's, or maybe I don't know if she named it by name, but she said there's people that they don't want Kamala. But now she's in, man, and I'm all for it. I am all for it. MJ Daniel says, younger people are excited, so you can bet the Republicans are going to go after college-age voters even harder. It is the only way they can win anything by cheating. The Republicans can try all they want, but I think it's just, I mean, it's not over, but it's over. You know what I mean? I mean, I think what we were so worried about, I mean, we saw the debate, and you saw my reaction to the debate the very next day, and I was like, oh my God, Joe Biden looked horrible. But I also said, I also played the South Carolina speech, or part of it, and I said, look, this is the Joe we need. And that's what we got. He came out, and he was doing some great speeches with and rallies and whatever. He was doing a great job until he got COVID. But I'm not sure where I was going with all that, other than to say that, you know, I was all for Joe, of course. But once he decided to step down, I'm all for Kamala. You know? And we do see that we're already seeing the younger generations, they're all on board with Kamala. And I mean, what was the thing about the Zoom call when they had like 40,000 black women, or this organization of black women, and they instantly got this 40,000 call thing going. I mean, it's just amazing. The response has been amazing, or remazing. Michael McAndrews, I keep wanting to call you McAndrews for some reason. Michael Meandros, 5 of 7 network news donate to Donald because they're owned by fucking Republicans. Chris at Trucker John, your Facebook friend should investigate the oranges of Trump. Yeah, the oranges. Ah. I always like to end everything in a Hey, Mr. Spock is here. Live long and prosper. To old Mr. Spock there. One Kidney Man. 1980. Guess down to 1 kidney, I guess. Hello, Mike Johnson said states will be filing lawsuits over Harris stepping in as Democrat. How do you think that will play out? It's not going to do shit. They can't do shit. By the way, One Kidney Man, thanks for being here. Good to see you. I've never seen you in the chat before, so welcome. And I hope you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Right now, we got 25 watching and 26 thumbs ups. So somebody didn't hit a thumb up. But it's going to go nowhere because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Everything has been done by the book. Everything's been done. Joe Biden would not have stepped down if he didn't think that they had the legal backing of all this. Michael Meandro says, I trusted Joe then, I trust him now, or whatever. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Nick Rich says, Kamala is quite capable of making her own choice for her running mate. Oh, well, yeah, who said she wasn't? OG Do says, by the way, welcome OG Do. I don't believe I've seen OG Do before. So thank you. Also, welcome to the Driver's Lounge here. OG Do says Trump and the White hats, got them all, 450,000 seated indictments in the Pacer federal system. Pence, Brendan Comey, Garland Barr, and many more are going to Gitmo, prepare for the EBS. I don't know what EBS means. But yeah. And so many of Trump's people that have been in his employ or have been in his cabinets or been working around him in his campaign are now convicted felons. It's really amazing how birds of a feather flock together. And now we've got the prosecutor going up against the how do they phrase that? Donald Trump, the perpetrator, the prosecutor versus the perpetrator, I think it is. Michael Meandros. I'm so sorry, Michael. I keep messing up your name. Here, let me just move this over a little bit. Michael Meandros says, I can't wait till 28 when hopefully Kamala has a competent rival. She deserves better than squishing this turd. You know what? I don't give a fuck about any of that. All I want is for her to win and for Democrats to win all down ticket. Okay, I don't give a fuck about the rival. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. As long as we win. Just win, baby. Just win. Bonnie Agliata, from diapers to maxi pads. Hey, Moose Maneuver is here. Good to see Moose Maneuver. I don't know if I've seen Moose Maneuver in the Trivers Lounge before, but thanks for being here. Welcome again. It says, use her current pick, not one from 4 years ago. She looks ragged in her new camp ads. Yeah, well, you can go fuck yourself, okay? Moose Maneuver, I unwelcome you. How's that? I unwelcome you, because you can go fuck yourself. Why don't you show a picture of yourself instead of whatever the fuck that thing is that you have on there? Huh? You chicken shit motherfucker? Show a picture of yourself, you bitch. Search for you, put them all up there. Well, I only have what I have, so. Yeah, well, Chris, welcome, troll. Welcome, troll. Yes. Moose Maneuver, you are a chicken shit bitch who won't even show a picture of yourself because you probably look like shit too. Moose Maneuver is an asshole, so fuck off. Let's see. Jolie says, Dims don't want trucks off the road. Yeah, that's just plain stupid. I've never seen a Democrat that wants trucks off the road. Go fuck yourself. Deborah Murphy, I am glad the donors decided to back. They almost had no choice. Because I believe that all that first wave that was coming through, I mean, that was all like grassroots shit. And now the big billionaire boners, the billionaire boners, or donors, they're coming back. Because see, that's what happens. That's what happens, man. We, the people, we lead when we all come together and we show the strength of our numbers. William says, Joe Rogan put out the same thing. I don't know what that's about. Chris, does that mean they're growing up? Sarah Erickson's here. I guess before I welcome people, I'm going to read their fucking chat and make sure they're not a troll or something. But let's see. Let's see what Sarah. I have a feeling Sarah's not a troll. Let's see. Let's see what Sarah says. Sarah says, first I screamed, and then I cried, and then I heard the most amazing news about Kamala. Life finally feels kind of normal again. Let the name BS begin. Have you seen the Laura Loomer tweet about her? I have not. I don't really watch Laura Loomer, but well, another thing, I deactivated my X account the other day. I'm sick and tired of Elon Musk, and I put up with a lot of his shit over the last couple of years because I have always been really, before he got involved with all this, going back to the early 2000s and the 2010s, whatever. I was always there supporting him as far as Tesla is concerned. I thought he was doing a really great thing with getting EVs into the mainstream. That was really his what he said was his goal, and he's been doing that. He's accomplished that. But ever since he took over Twitter, it's been one thing after another of him saying he's a stupid, fucking racist, xenophobic, misogynistic, whatever it is, basically supporting Putin and Trump and all these dictators. And then when he announced that they were going to be giving $45 million a month to the Trump campaign or the Trump super PAC or whatever they're doing, that was the final straw for me. So I deactivated my X account. And I would just urge everyone to do that. Just fucking deactivate your X account. Fuck it. Fuck Elon Musk. Although I do still like his cars. Anyhow, so yeah, I didn't see the Laura Loomer thing, but yeah, we kind of all went through that. But like, what was it, last Sunday? I was listening to Boston Brian, and all of a sudden Boston Brian cut in and goes, "Well, Joe just announced that he's dropping out," and it was really like, oh my God! It was like an oh my God moment, and it was kind of sad. And I think was it that day that I donated, or maybe it was the next day that I donated to Kamala. Because today's only Tuesday, so I think it was Sunday, right? I think it was Sunday. And I kind of turned around quick on it because you could already see the enthusiasm towards Kamala, and you can see that Joe was handing off. It's like what's that thing going around, passing the torch or whatever? But he was handing this over to Kamala, and like someone said, I trust Joe. I trust Joe, and he made that decision. I mean, sure, he had a lot of pressure, but he also had some leverage, and that was when he said, "Look, I'm not stepping down unless Kamala is the one to take my place in this campaign," and that was a pretty big leverage. So, anyhow, Tim Farrell says, "I love Joe and wanted him to stay, but I have to admit I had many panic attacks every time I saw him walk and talk. It hurts, but I think he just saved democracy for the second time." Absolutely, Tim. Absolutely. Michael Meandros, Nikki Haley PAC endorses Harris. I saw that. I haven't commented too much about it because I never did verify it, but I did see that pop up, and I thought that was hilarious in a way. Mr. Spock says, "I thought a critter got dark night last night." I thought a critter got dark night last night? Oh, dark night's one of your chickens. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Spock, I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah. Okay, dark night is one of your chickens because you raise chickens. Okay, I got to remember this. And you thought a critter got it. Okay. Checked everywhere and no dark night. This morning I double checked the shed. I had locked her in and was hiding in a roost. Laughing out loud. Well, I'm glad dark night is safe and sound. Search for you. Murdoch owns the news channel. Well, Murdoch owns Fox News and maybe a couple of, he doesn't own all of them. He doesn't own, but they are all owned by pretty much right-wing, rich right-wingers, rich Republicans. Barney Aguilera, the presidency ages these guys by decades, not Trump, though. Obama looked 50 years older. Yeah, we've talked about all that. It is a heavy responsibility, and it can age you. It ages, it turns their hair gray, that's for sure. MJ Daniel, Ford is already selling 4 different models of all-electric F-150s. Internal combustion gas is on the way out. Embrace the new technology. They got the Mach-E. Chevy now has Equinox, I think, and Blazer. They have a Silverado. Walter Makarovich, wonder when those Dark Brandon shirts hit the Goodwill stores. I don't know, I'd like to get me one. Dark brand is good. That's a good thing. I'd like to have a dark brand on a t-shirt. Michael Meandros says, what did Trump say about Haley voters? I'm glad he was himself about it. I don't know what he said, but, you know. Georgina T. Felon. Hello, Georgina T. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Donald Trump is a felon. 34 times and counting. There's going to be more on the way. Deborah Murphy. Oh, prosecutor versus felon. I like prosecutor versus perpetrator better because of the alliteration. That's how far I am behind in the chat, too. That was like, what, 15 minutes ago? That's how far I am, guys. So I'm going to skip down. Georgina T says, go Kamala. Absolutely, 100%. Nick Rich, 45, didn't do any actual work on POTUS. Perhaps that's why. I don't know what that's about. Georgina T says, exactly, thank you, Sugar John. Well, you are very welcome. Georgina T, love how you call these maggots out. Well, you know, I am a bit of a, I don't know, sometimes I can get angry, and then sometimes I regret it, to tell the truth. Sometimes I feel like I overreact, you know. But anyhow, I'm going to skip down a bit. If I skip you guys, don't take it personally. It's nothing against you. It's just that you can see I'm 15, 20 minutes behind in the chat here. And I like to try to be a little bit more current than that. Otherwise, I'll read something and I'm like, I don't even remember what that's about. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I do, you know what I mean? Michael McAndrews says, so glad I got gifted a membership. Thank you. I don't know who that was. That was probably from the other day. We'll see who do we have that was gifting them. Forgive me, guys, if I forget. But who was doing the gifting the other day? We had a couple people. Thank you so much. You should, yeah, thank them, Michael. We had some people gifting. Might have been Nick Rich, and we had another guy. I know. Well, I know we had Seha a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, gifted like. It might have been Seha that got yours. He gifted like, gosh, I don't even remember how many, like 60 or something like that. But yeah, so thanks for your support. Thanks for the memberships. It's really great to see the show is growing. We're at 1,975. We're almost at 2,000 subscriptions. So, and our memberships with all those gifting and everything, we're like well over 100. So let's keep it going. Sarah Erickson said, I heard it on Midas Touch. Loomer and Kamala didn't have children because her uterus is too scarred from all her abortions. You know what? We just gotta just probably ignore all that shit. You know, they're gonna come after her, and if that's the kind of shit they got, then that means they don't got nothing. I mean, they're just trying to be hurtful and hateful. Just fucking ignore it, and we're gonna go on the policies, and she's gonna continue the Joe Biden policies. You know, especially I would think in this first term and everything, but and certainly she's going to be, when she wins the presidency, she's not just going to be Joe Biden part 2 or whatever. She's going to be Kamala Harris. She's going to be her own person, and she's going to have her own style. But I would suspect that all these things that have been working to make us the greatest economy on the planet and have the greatest numbers of economic numbers that we've had in 50 and 60 and 70 years, I don't see any of that going away. Joe Biden has provided the template for all others to follow. You know? 100 greeters here. Carrie C. Mad Max, Slava Ukraini. Good to see Mad Mac in the driver's lounge. Mr. Spock is there. I already said hi. Georgina T, I'm a new fan. Trucker John. Thank you, Georgina T. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm glad you're here. I hope you stay around. We come on every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Thursdays, I do 2 shows. So, William, I'm liking Josh Shapiro for VP. I'm biased from PA. Yeah, I mean, I've heard some of the Shapiro's been named. Cooper from, I always forget the Carolinas. I think, is he running in South Carolina? Whatever. There's Cooper, and then there's Bashir from Kentucky. Those are sort of, I think, the top 3. And then the other one that always gets mentioned but then gets dismissed is Pete Buttigieg, who I think would be awesome. But because he's gay, openly gay, people are saying, well, maybe that's too much too soon, getting the first African American, Asian American woman paired with the first openly gay man. For us, I know for us in the chat, it's not too much, but I guess when they're talking about this, the overall general voting populace electorate, people are maybe afraid that that's just maybe moving too fast for some people. I don't know. But Buttigieg would be awesome. And then the other one, people say Mark Kelly. I remember I was poo-pooing Kelly, I think, on the last show, not because I don't like Mark Kelly, but people were leapfrogging Kamala, and they were saying, what about Mark Kelly to run for president? And which I thought was ridiculous, because I'm like, nobody really knows who Mark Kelly is. And I know you and I in the chat know. We know who Mark Kelly is. But the overall nationwide, I don't think he has the name recognition of a Pete Buttigieg, for sure. Now, there's other people, Cooper, Shapiro, and Bashir. They might not either, although Bashir's does. I think he's a little more known. But that was in a conversation where people were leapfrogging. And I was like, no, it's going to be Kamala. So this talk of Mark Kelly was ridiculous. Now, to bring him up in the vice president conversation, that's a little different. He's already a U.S. senator. He's an astronaut, for God's sakes. Who doesn't love an astronaut? And he might be a good choice, although some might think he's a little too moderate, a little too conservative, So, I don't know. But we'll see. I suspect that Kamala Harris will be making her announcement probably in the next few days, I would think. Maybe by the end of the week. Maybe by the weekend. I don't know. But we're going to know soon enough who the pick is. And I think whoever she picks, she's going to be talking it over with her campaign and with Joe probably, and her trusted circle. And I hope they come up with someone really good. Like I was not real happy back in 2016 when Hillary Clinton picked. Was it Tim Kaine? I can't remember the guy's name. That's how lame of a pick it was. I still can't remember the guy's name. Although he was a good Democrat. I have nothing wrong against him, but I don't know. I was like, Tim who? I think there should be at least some kind of name recognition. A little bit or something, And I think a governor is a good choice too, rather than a senator. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out, how they decide to go. Mad Max says, so exotic. What's wrong with BC Bud or Maui Wowie, Kona Gold Pen? I'm missing whatever you guys are talking about. I know it's something to do with pot. Is it pot or is there chicken names for Mr. Spock? I don't know. Cian's here. Hey, good to see Cian. Hello, everyone. And TJ, good morning. Good morning. Sorry, busy day, late meeting. Everybody okay? Hope so. Gonna grab some food and I'll be back soon. It's dinner time here. That's right. You're over there. I think I always forget. Are you in the Netherlands? The Netherlands? But anyhow, have a good meal and thanks for checking in. Georgina T says, I pray for Kamala and her safety. She must win to save our country. Yes, let's pray for her safety and well-being, and that she just kick ass. Search for You says, I'm not rich, but my 401k will certainly help with my modest retirement. Yeah, if you got 401ks and or you're investing in any type of pensions that have, or if you have a pension that's investing in like a mutual fund, you're probably kicking some ass there. Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you, Democrats. And Kamala Harris will continue that. Jolie says, don't miss the show. Hit that bell. There you go. Hit the bell. Michael Meandro says, Harris is more left than Joe. She really? And that's great. And part of why she matched his moderate stances, she's a great avenue forward. I mean, Joe became pretty left. More so than we expected, right? When he was running in 2020, and just the Joe that we've known over the years, the way he ran his presidency and the policies that he pushed for were completely way more progressive and left than that we ever expected to get out of Joe Biden. Chris says Pete also doesn't bring a swing state. Yeah, Indiana. That's true. So that's a great point. Yeah, Shapiro, Pennsylvania. We definitely could use Pennsylvania. Cooper from one of those Carolinas. We could definitely use one of the Carolinas, and even Bashir from Kentucky. So those are all probably why they're mentioned. Plus, I think they're good. They're good Democrats, right? Klaatu Barado Nitku says, Mark Kelly, I think logical best for VP. Yes, people are pushing for Mark Kelly. Although he's a senator, we don't want to lose that Senate seat. And then people are saying, well, it's a Democratic governor, so they'll just appoint a Democrat. But I believe, now maybe I'm wrong, maybe they could appoint a temporary senator, but I think they would have to have a special election at some point. Now, Chris says, would love to see Newsom, but that would be double California ticket. Yeah, I'm for Newsom, but hey, I like Newsom. I'm not saying I'm for him for VP, but I think he's great. But we don't need to do that. We don't need to pick Newsom. Like I said, I think those probably top three that I mentioned, probably Cooper, Bashir's, and Shapiro. Those are probably the top three. And Mark Kelly, we'll put Mark Kelly in there, even though he's a senator. But I like the fact that those are governors and not senators because we need the Senate. Michael Meanders, a long list of great choices. Yeah, we have a deep bench, as we like to say. We got a lot of good folks out there. Walter Makarovich says she's going to be an excellent president. She has amazing parents, especially her mother, what she's done for cancer patients. Yeah, she comes from good stock. Nick Rich 56 says Kamala will make the best choice. You gotta trust her now. Julianne Hayes is here. Says hi. And see any historical things happening today. If not, we've broken the run. All right. Mr. Spuck, laughing out loud. Name a rooster when I get one. Call him Mike Tyson. After the strain, not the boxer. Mad Max says the orange turd is running for the hills now. Go Kamala. What are they going to do with all that Let's Go Brandon merch? Ha ha ha, eat it, Trip. Yeah, and they don't want to debate her, man. Because the first thing I thought was, I cannot wait for the debate. And now everyone's saying he ain't going to debate her because he's too much of a chicken shit. He knows that he will get his ass whooped if he debates her. And if he doesn't debate her, that needs to be made a focal point of what a chicken shit he is. He's too chicken to face her in a debate. Keith Polite. Hey, Keith is here. Keith says Harris Kelly with Buttigieg as Secretary of State, where he can speak the multiple languages. Yeah, if Buttigieg is not VP, the Secretary of State would be a great, great, great position for him. Claudio Barado Nitku says Mark Kelly, best bet for sure in this atmosphere in the USA. I don't know if he's the best bet, but I would put him in the top 5, I guess, of choices or whatever. Bonnie Aguilera says the governor most likely for VP. I agree on that. Adroli says Trucker John has channel memberships and super chats. You can also support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing, or buy me a coffee over there at buymeacoffee.com. Thank you, Jolie, for that reminder. William says, Clock 2, I'm surprised you never heard it before. They were banned in the 70s. I don't know. I must have skipped over that. Sorry, guys. Clock 2, Brado Dico says, I'm sure the Democratic Party will be will all be in on that VP choice. Well, I think so. I think the party is going to come together. We've seen how, the support for Kamala. I think everyone knows how important it is to stick together. We only have 105 days, I think, right? So we got to stick together and just support this candidate and the ticket, whatever it's going to be, with everything we got. Heart, mind, and soul, and body. And just everything we got. We cannot let Donald Trump ever get back in the White House ever again. We cannot do it. The man is a traitor. The man wants to be a dictator. The man does not want to have anything to do with the Constitution. He wants to tear up the Constitution. He does not like democracy. And his cult does not like democracy. In fact, here is a little video I have. Let's take a listen or a watch of this about Trump.
Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right. And they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. And then they read some of the things and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it.
Well, this is not the kind of claim where I can give you a firm true or false verdict. I can't definitively fact check what Donald Trump knows in his head, but I think there is some critical context here. Our excellent colleague, Steve Contorno, did a deep dive into connections between Trump's administration and Project 2025. And Steve found that at least 140 people who had worked in the Trump administration had a hand in Project 2025, including half of the people listed as authors, editors, and contributors to its big 900-page manifesto document. And Steve wrote that includes 6 former Trump cabinet secretaries, 4 people he nominated as ambassadors. One of them is former ICE chief Tom Homan, who Trump keeps saying as recently as this week he plans to give another prominent role in a next Trump administration. And that's not all. Steve also found that dozens of additional former Trump officials hold positions with other outside conservative groups that are advising Project 2025. So the total connections he found is at least 240 people formerly in Trump's administration involved or connected in some way.
All right. Let's get this guy off of here. So Project 2025, that's what we need to, we're stopping. We're stopping. That is the Trump playbook on tyranny, is Project 2025. And he can try to walk it back all he wants and say he doesn't know anything about it. He can play this Sergeant Schultz bullshit like, I know nothing. Fuck you. You know all about it, Trump, because that's what you want to do. You want to take away women's bodily autonomy. You want to take away, you want to lock up teachers for, I don't know, teaching books that the right wing bans. That the DeSantises of the world ban. I mean, it's just horrible, hands-made dystopian bullshit. That's what Donald Trump brings. So that's why we need to vote for Kamala Harris. We need to vote for this ticket. We need to back the blue in any way you want to take that. But we need to vote blue all the way through. We need the big blue wave, big blue tsunami. It is a fight and a vote against tyranny. It's a vote for Kamala is a vote against fascism. All right, so Chris says, not to mention the Project 2025 lists a lot of shit that Trump says he wants to do. Yeah, that's his playbook. Keith Fleet says, Harris went after Trump this morning about Project 2025. We need to make this issue an albatross around GOP's necks across the country. Absolutely. Because that's what they want. If they get back in power, Project 2025 is going to go in full swing. Michael McAndrews, it used to be Project 2021, and it is straight Taliban, Marine Corps vet, and it is straight up Handmaid's Tale Taliban. Yeah, exactly. Mad Mac, Bruce Springsteen became a billionaire with assets at 1.1 billion. Well, good for him. He deserves every dollar of it, as far as I'm concerned. Michael Meandrews, all the book banning, Bible in schools, all there and in process. Penny to Create says he didn't know of David Duke. He didn't know the names of any white supremacist groups. Yeah, he knows nothing. And yet they will probably show pictures of him with them and all that kind of stuff, right? Clato Barado Nico says, hashtag William, I guess, talking to William, you know how word was used in the movie. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's see. Georgina T. Kamala has to keep talking about 2025. Yeah, Project 2025 is going to be, it's going to be right up there. It's going to be very prominent. Keith Elite says Project 2025 includes choices all the way down the ballot in November. That's why I say vote blue all the way through. That means vote blue all the way up and down the ticket. It also means vote blue no matter who, but I catch a lot of grief from people when I say vote blue no matter who. Because then people are like, I'm not a robot. I'm not a sheep. I have independent thought. I am not going to just vote no matter who for anything. So that's why I have to change it to vote blue all the way through. Or vote blue all down the ticket. All right? Because it's just a thing that says that we need to have Democrats at all levels of government. Okay? It's not just the White House. It's all down through the Congress and through the governorships and through the state legislatures, all the way through. Got to be blue all the way through. Now here's Jolie, not to be confused with Jolie. Says, for your information, Trump has publicly stated that is not his agenda. Y'all are being lied to. Okay, Jolie, it doesn't matter what he says because the man's a liar. The man is a habitual liar who's been caught lying tens of thousands of times, just verifiably. There's also a thing called, what is it? I don't think they call it Project 47 or something 47, which is basically, that is Trump's platform, and it's basically Project 2025. So maybe you're the one being lied to or misled, or maybe you're, I don't know, but whatever. Mad Max says, no Hal. Oh, I was out yesterday riding my moto and I missed him for 2 days. Well, today's Tuesday, Mad Mac. I mean, he'll be on at 3, as far as I know. Unless there's something else going on, but he should be on today at 3, I believe. Pacific time. I'm Pacific time, just remember that. I think you are too, Mad Mac. You're up in Seattle, I think. Michael Meandros says, Project 2025 tax code, 2 brackets, raises lowest earners 25 to 50%, increases the highest earners, and the highest earners 25% lower. Let's see the deficit after that. Yeah, it's always about lowering taxes for the rich and putting that tax burden, not only raising our taxes, but then putting the deficit on our backs. Georgina T says, who do you want for VP? Who do I want? I don't know. I think Bashir maybe. But I think Shapiro would be good and Cooper would be good because those are swing states. If that's going to help us get that state, and plus I think those are good Democrats. It's not just, they have to be a good Democrat, and I think those are all good Democratic choices. So, probably one of those 3. Claudio Barado, Nitko, William. Those 3 words. Okay, I'm not gonna. I don't know. You guys are having a private conversation. I don't know what it's about, so I'm gonna move on from that. Mad Mac, I heard you don't just pick all Democrats at the top, but you have to individually choose each Democrat. What do you mean you heard? Have you never voted? Do you not vote? Have you not ever seen a ballot? You go, yeah, you do each thing. Each office, one at a time. I don't know what Jolie's talking about. Not Jolie, but Jolie about, and Biden hasn't, so I don't know what that's about. Like I said, if I'm behind in the chat and maybe something came up that I said and then I read it 10 minutes later, I really don't know what you're talking about. So sorry about that. James Williams, Sheldon Whitehouse would be a good VP. Yeah, he would be good. I think probably no problem with that, although we need those seats in Congress. And Ohio. Is he from Ohio? That might be a hard one to fill. Yeah, it's okay, but I just skip it down here. Jolie says, "Oh, I got excited a second. There was another Jolie believing Trump lies." Yeah, but hey, maybe Jolie will get something out of this. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, you guys. Yeah, you guys talking about movie names and band names. That's fine. So Mad Max says, "Okay, cool. Thanks about Hal, TJ. Are you gonna have a warm-up show at 2 p.m.? Not today. I do warm-up shows on Thursday. I mean, I guess I could, but I usually do it on Thursdays." But I wasn't planning on doing one today. Yeah, we don't want any hammies getting pulled. That's for sure. Oh, Mad Mac, not American TJ, I can't vote. Oh, that's right. You're English, but I think you live in Seattle or something, if I believe right. Well, yeah, there's no, on our ballot, I'm sorry if I yelled at you. There isn't like a thing that says vote for all Democrats. Yeah, you have to do it. It's for the office of president, the office of vice president, for the for the office of U.S. Senate, for the office of each one is individual, and it has the list of the nominees, right? Cloudborough Indico, the Dems need to run commercials over and over of J.D. Vance talking about Trump. Oh, it's there. Oh, it's there. Yeah, it kind of writes itself. But I don't know if I still have it. I thought I had it on here. I don't see it now. I thought I had the video of Vance talking all that shit about Trump. Guess I don't have it anymore on my little thing here, but yeah, I mean it's a campaign ad that writes itself, basically, with JD just going on and on and on about, you know, Trump is the American Hitler, and saying that he would vote for Hillary over her and all that kind of stuff. Chris says, I would like to see Jack Smith as AG. I guess so. Probably would be an improvement over Merrick Garland. MJ says, Pete's in Minnesota now, I think. Did he move out of Indiana? I don't know. Isolde Zinn is in the driver's lounge. Thanks for being here, Isolde. Says, I was thinking that both siders hate Pete Buttigieg, but honestly, they would hate anyone she picks. Well, I don't think, you know, I don't think that the Democrats hate Pete Buttigieg. But when you're running a general election, I guess we still have to think about the non-Democrat or the Democrats. Hey, Robert Perez. Robert Perez is here in the driver's lounge. Good to see Robert. Kamala Harris and Trucker John are on my ticket. There you go. I would love to be vice president. It'd be a cushy job, man. God help us if I was ever vice president. God help America. James Williams is here. Thanks, James, for being here. James says, more of Trump's people tell me we don't need to save seats if we were taking all of them. Vote blue up and down the ticket and the problem goes away. Well, that's a lot easier said than done, especially when you're talking about red states and purple states. You know? So, I mean, you got to be a bit strategic about this stuff. I mean, if it was that simple, then we wouldn't be in the half the problems we're in. If it was just like, hey, everybody vote blue no matter who, vote blue, you know, just there. All right, we're done. I mean, if it were that simple, if only it were that simple. Nick Rich says, by greeting everyone, you show love, Teresa. Some trolls only get the boot immediately. You're the best. Hugger Greeter is a great hugger greeter. Getting a greeting from Terry it's like getting a hug. MJ McCall says, is it real that Taylor Swift will be at the DNC? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. But if she is, I have no problem with that. I got no problem with it whatsoever. Mr. Spock, 50 signatures, Purple Beard Guy plug. Oh boy. CN says, when house shows start at night, it is midnight in EU. And when he goes for longer, you can understand that it is very late for me. But I try to be there and here whenever I can. Hey, I just appreciate you being here, CN. Hey, I understand the hours is very, very off from where we're at. And so thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Hunger Greeter says at Nick Rich, but I do not put up with lies and rudeness and disrespect from a troll, just how I feel. Claudio Barado Nitku says, every time Trump lies, Kamala should give her patented laugh at him. She can call it the Trump lie laugh. It's like a little Trump lie detector going off. Let's see here. I'm just skipping down a bit. I'm skipping on down. Claudio Barado Nitku says, MJ McCall, if Taylor goes to the DNC convention, that would be the nail in the coffin for MAGA. Well, I think she's already, she already was supporting the Biden campaign. Did she come out and support Kamala yet? I'm sure she's completely going to be, backing Kamala. So, yeah. Let's see. Keith Polite, the DNC will be must-see TV. Mark your calendars for August 19th through the 22nd. Where's that going to be held? Is it is it Atlanta? Where's the DNC at this year? It's going to be in Chicago, I think. Hunger Reader says DNC will be in my state, Illinois, and I think it's Chicago. I knew that. I don't know why I said Atlanta. Maybe I was thinking of something else in Atlanta, I guess. Georgina T. Trump is already starting crap about being cheated. Yeah, see, he's always a big whiner and a big crybaby. But I think his shtick is wearing thin, and we've all seen it, and we all know it. And he's not going to fool us again. Not that I was ever fooled, or most of us were fooled, but a lot of people were fooled. Apparently, yeah, but obviously, Lucky Star 8888 is here. It's good to see Lucky Star. It says, good morning, everyone. I'm like 30 minutes in the chat, so I'll try not to chat. Well, you can chat. Have a great day, everyone. Vote for Kamala Harris. Is a vote for women, and women are going to save our democracy. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. I believe that, Lucky Star, wholeheartedly, with all my heart. It's going to be Rovember, and it's not just about Rovember anymore. I mean, it's so important. I was watching a video on Instagram about how it was something about little girls by the age of 5 or 6, they kind of give up thinking that they can be, an engineer or a scientist for whatever reason. These kind of societal things. And so just think what a Kamala Harris presidency is going to do for all the little girls out there, and the teenage girls, and the girls going to college, and the girls deciding, and the young women deciding what they're going to do with their lives, and how much of an inspiration, let's see, I should be over here, I guess, or either side, what an inspiration that Kamala Harris is going to be. She already is, but by being the president of the United States, this is going to mean so much to all the little girls out there growing up. This is a groundbreaking. This is so like, I don't know. It just changes. It's a game changer. It's earth shattering. It's just Kamala Harris becoming president, and for the good. I mean, for the better. I mean, I'm kind of speechless of how momentous this is. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it, man. Dana Darden is here. Good to see Dana. Says, hello, I sure did miss you this weekend. I was freaking over Joe leaving, but now I'm excited as hell for Kamala. We got this. So good to see you all. Good to see you, Dana. And I think we are all getting excited. Like I said, when Joe dropped out, we were sad. We were maybe a bit shocked. We were upset because we love Joe, and we don't want Donald Trump winning. And, you know, he cannot win. And we were really afraid. I'm speaking, I guess, for all of us, or like, I should just speak for myself. But I think a lot of us, you know, we know the importance of this election. It's not just about voting for Joe Biden. It's about voting against Trump. It's about voting to defeat fascism, to defeat the oligarchs, you know, to defeat autocracy. That's what this is about. And when Joe dropped out, and when there was talk about it beforehand, we were like, no, we got to remain focused. We cannot, at this stage of the game, we can't change, and we got to make sure we beat Trump and beat fascism. So we were scared, I think, right? Or a little bit scared and upset. But man, I mean, within just by the end of the day, like I said, I went and the first thing I did is I donated some money. It was only $15. Okay? And like I said, there's no such thing as too small of a donation. If all you can do is $3, do $3. Because if 3 million of us do $3, what is that, $9 million? And anyhow, and she's raised, I think, over 200 and something million just in these last couple days. So people are on board. People are excited. Like we haven't seen this much excitement since Barack Obama, and I think it's even surpassing that. And so yeah, we've gone through this sort of roller coaster of emotions over the last few days. But I think we're all on board with Kamala. We're ready to go, and we're seeing how Trump is fucking shitting his pants. Literally, I mean, well, he already literally shits his pants, or he shits his diapers. But he doesn't want a debater. They're threatening lawsuits and all this kind of shit. They're crying and whining, saying it's not fair. It's not fair. Well, motherfuckers, you were just as much as vocal of getting Joe out as Michael Moore was, you know? So fuck you, and now you're crying about Trump leaving. And they didn't foresee how quickly everyone was gonna jump on board with Kamala. They did not foresee that. They thought, okay, if we can keep just bagging on Joe and his popularity go down and all that kind of stuff, and we'll just be bagging on his age, bagging on his flaws, or, you know, his flubs or whatever. They just thought they could just ride that all the way to November. But they grossly miscalculated. So now they want to cry and whine and threaten lawsuits and threaten all this bullshit. Well, threaten all you want, motherfuckers, because we're going to take it right to the ballot box, and we're going to be voting for Kamala, and she's going to kick your ass. Mark my words. She's going to kick Donald Trump's ass. His dirty, shitty, diaper fucking ass. Chris says, when my daughter was 4, she asked me if she could be a paleontologist. Well, there you go. And then by the time she was 5, she said, no, I just want to be a housewife. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, that's kind of the message, is that by, you know, 5 or 6, a lot of little girls, they give up on those type of pursuits because they just don't see the any really good examples, I guess. There aren't enough, you know, role models out there of women who are in these high positions, and being the president of the United States, it doesn't get any higher than that. Not to say that, you know, doctors and scientists aren't important, and they are. I mean, they're probably in many ways more important than the president, you know, as far as what they can accomplish in scientifically and medically, okay? But still, there's no higher office than the president of the United States. Such a huge office, a huge focal point, such visibility. So this is going to be amazing. A Kamala Harris presidency is going to be amazing. And that's why we need to vote blue all the way through. That's why we need to give Kamala Harris the Congress that she deserves. One that is majority Democrats in both the House and the Senate. Because otherwise, they're going to do just like they did to Barack Obama and Moscow Mitch, or someone like him, because he's pretty much done. His brain's done, but they're gonna get some Republican out there that's gonna say our goal is to make Kamala Harris a one-term president, and they're going to obstruct. They're going to keep playing the obstruction game. So that's why it's so important. When I say vote blue all the way through, that's why. So we don't have any more of this fucking Republican obstructionism that just puts America so far behind in the advances that we could be if going back to Reagan. If we didn't have Reagan and we didn't have W and we didn't have fucking orange turd, we would be decades ahead of where we are now in terms of green new energy, in terms of everything, Medicare for all, your better wages, better education. We would be decades ahead of where we are now. So that's why I say vote blue all the way through. It's one thing to have a Democratic president, but man, if you don't have the Congress to back you up, then it's so hard to get stuff through. And that's one thing that Joe Biden was pretty amazing about getting the stuff he got through with a split Congress. Anyhow, let me skip down. If I skip over you guys, again, don't take it personally. I just, I need to get caught up a little bit. Penny to Create says, I refer to Trump Vance as the trance ticket. MAGA isn't in a trance. They're in something. They're in a cult, for sure. MJ Daniel, I'm still angry at the media Congress pundits who panicked after the debate. It was only a debate and they're shoving Joe out because they were panicked. Joe wasn't. But you know what? Maybe they were right. Maybe they were right to get Joe out. And I know that doesn't come off very well for me to say that, but when we see this enthusiasm for Kamala, it's like a new start. It's like a fresh start we've got here. And we'll see. Now, I guess maybe we're still in the honeymoon period, but we only have 105 days. It's not like we've got the luxury of a honeymoon period, really. But I don't know. It's just I'm ready to go on and move on, and I love Joe. And Joe says, hey, he was in on that call the other day where Kamala was speaking, and he was on there and he said, I love you, kid, and I'm behind you 100%. So I actually think Joe was a bit relieved, because he's been fucking. He's 81 years old, and he's been struggling, and he's been giving it everything he's got. I mean, the man has just been amazing, and he's given it, so much just to keep it together and to get through this election. That he's probably relieved too, if you want to be honest about it. And if he didn't think Kamala Harris was capable, and if he didn't think that, he would have never picked her as VP in the first place. But he certainly wouldn't be handing this off to her now if he didn't have 100% complete confidence in her. And that's got to count for a lot. And it does with me. And I think most of the people in this chat, like I said, we've been going through a bit of a roller coaster here. Deborah Murphy says Kamala speaks at 12:50 p.m. I don't know, is that Eastern time zone or Pacific time zone? Chris says, Trucker John, actually by the time she was 6, She was organizing her dinosaur books, first by diet, then alphabetically. Well, where is she at now? Is she? I'm interested to see how things are going with that. Claudio Barado, yeah, pack the courts. Well, we definitely need to get our picks. We're owed at least 3 picks, I think, that we were denied one way or the other by Mitch McConnell and the obstructionist Republican Party. Penny to create. We need snappy sayings to mock MAGA. Mock MAGA, mock MAGA. How about that? MJ McCall says, I'm a dot in a town under 8K. My family were always trying to shush me from voicing my opinions with shush, this is Trump country. And my response was, so? Well, you're a brave man, though, a brave person, because you just never know. Like I say, I went to that Trump rally here in Vegas, and I could not keep my mouth shut, which I should have. I should have just been an objective observer, but I could not keep my mouth shut during the Trump, when he was talking. And I was just saying stuff, and I was completely surrounded by maggots, and they were closing in on me, and I was starting to feel it. And I got out of there because they were definitely closing in on me. And you could see it in their faces as they were talking to me. They were angry at me, not at Trump. I mean, they were totally drinking the Kool-Aid. They were totally like Jonestown. It was like fucking Jonestown in this particular spot that I was at during the speech. They are totally just willing to drink down the poison Kool-Aid, you know? Nick Rich says, if only no time machines available yet. All we can do about the past is learn from it. We can't change it. We can't go back to it. All we can do is learn from it. MJ Daniel, impeach Alito and Thomas. AOC has got the paperwork all filed and ready to go. All we need is the numbers. And those 2 motherfuckers will be gone. And they deserve to be. I don't know about no, they weren't, they were lucky. I don't know what that's reference to. I'm sure it's to something I said, and I don't remember what that's about. Robin M., he caught the COVID again. He needs to rest. Yeah, and he's probably almost over it right by now. But he's been resting. He's been recovering, and God bless him. What is long COVID? I guess it's COVID that you get for a long period of time. I don't know. Tam Price says 90 degrees in Sacramento Valley. Yeah, Sacramento can get warm. Actually, 90 is not too bad for late mid-July. But 90 right now. The daytime high will probably be over 100, right? Probably. Sacramento, their temperatures are almost like Vegas during the summer. NJ McCall, let's see. I'm not faulting Joe or Kamala, but they were pounding him about the fear of losing, then showing him polls that weren't moving, and he did what he always does. What's best for the country. Yep. He's the hero in this. Chris says, now Chris is talking about her daughter, says, she started to change her mind as she got into her teens, to massage therapy. Not sure where she's going to land, although in 5th grade she was correcting her teachers about dinosaurs. Nick Rich, gotta go guys, maybe later before the Truckers Lounge closes. All right, Nick, thanks for being here. I'll be going for about another half an hour or so. MJ McCall, I'm always warning MAGA, just decline the grape Kool-Aid. But when you're in a cult, hey, the Jonestown, they knew there was poison in it. It wasn't like they didn't know. They were doing rehearsals or practice runs all the time that they were in Jonestown, because fucking Jones, he knew that there could be a time when they were gonna get shut down, that someone was gonna come after him. And they did practice runs with the Kool-Aid. So on the day that it happened, maybe, I don't know if they thought it was another practice run, but they knew that was what they were practicing for. Now on the day of it, when people started falling over, they were like, oh shit, this is for real. But I mean, it wasn't like they were, they didn't know that they were going to be drinking poison at one time. So anyhow, it's not like I guess my point is they're not, at least the Jonestown people, they weren't, I think they were being told that, well, you're going to go off to a better place in heaven or something. But they knew that they were practicing for drinking poison. Now, these maggots, I don't know. I mean, they're just totally, they're drinking the Kool-Aid, but I don't know if they know that there's poison in it or not. I think they think it's just tastes good and it's yummy because it's full of nice sugar or something. I don't know. Let's see. MJ Daniel, he's also brushing Netanyahu, so is Kamala. By brushing, do you mean brooming? As in, not giving him as much aid or something? Is that what you're talking about? Chris says, that's awesome at Dana Darden. Okay, so Dana said, my granddaughter, Navia, just turned 18, and her first vote will be cast for our first woman president. She was freaking last week. Now she's so hyped. See, this is testament. The younger generations, the younger voters are really super excited about voting for Kamala. So this is not a bad thing. Because I think all the rest of us, we're going to vote for her. Like, even us boomers, I'm a boomer. I'm voting for Kamala, So if we can get the young people back, that's a good sign. Chris says, that's awesome, Dana Darden. My daughter will miss getting to vote in this election. She turns 18 a week late. Mad Mac, Jim Jones told them they were going to heaven together. Yes. I believe I mentioned that. Keith Philippe, Dark Brandon now has immunity, so no F's to give. Looking at you, SCOTUS. I know. Let's test it. Let's test this new ruling. Let's see how it goes. Dana Darden, Chris, she can vote for her re-election in 4 years. Absolutely. Azola Zinn says they drank the COVID Kool-Aid to prove their dear leader couldn't be wrong. And like hundreds of thousands of them died because of it. Because of that. That devotion to dear leader. Yeah, you're right, Azola. MJ McCall says, it was just my way of gently letting them know they have options even now. William says, Mad Max, Trump would charge money for the Kool-Aid and he'd get it. Yeah, I'm selling this wonderful Kool-Aid for just $299.99. And I'm not drinking it, but you guys can drink it. It also has some of my urine in it. They would love that. MAGA would love to drink Donald Trump Kool-Aid urine. They would lap it up. They would bathe in it. That's how fucking sick they are. That's how fucking brainwashed they are. That's how much of a fucking cult they are. MJ, yes, brooming. Chris says, Dana Darden, absolutely, and she will get registered so she can vote in the midterms and sign petitions. There you go. Absolutely. That is really awesome, Chris and Dana. I'm glad it's so encouraging to hear about the younger generation, the youngins coming up and being active in the democratic process. You know? Keith Elite John, you are Jen Jones, born 5764. Generation Jones? I have never heard that before, but I am, I've always felt that I was a boomer. The very last years of the boomer generation. I don't know what Jen Jones is. I never heard that before. Alvin Stube, it's time for a female president. I believe so, and especially a good one, like Kamala. CN says, I think they want Doug, but his time will be setting up Christmas trees. Laughing out loud. I must have... Did I skip something? CN says, Biden is too nice to do anything that can come back to haunt him. Okay. Mr. Spock says, I like the Heaven's Gate cult. It was modeled off of Star Trek's Lando character. You like it? You like that cult? Is that the ones where they castrated themselves or something? And had really stupid, weird haircuts and wore Nikes? I don't mind Nikes other than maybe the child labor aspect, but other than, I mean, I don't know why you would like them just because they, I know you're probably joking, tongue in cheek and all that, but still. MJ Daniel, your daughter turns 18 1 week too late. She can vote in the midterm. Yeah, they already mentioned that. That's what she's gonna do. MJ McCall, I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer, baby, I'm a boomer, and you're a boomer too. Keith Lee, Google Generation Jones, it'll make perfect sense. Does that have something to do with like keeping up with the Joneses? I will look it up if I remember. There's so much stuff you guys tell me to look up, or to read, or to watch, and I don't do any of it. And I'm so sorry. I just forget. Off Striker says FKH. Oh, I get it. How about FDT? Back at you? I'll raise you? Or call you? I don't know. Bonnie Agliata, trolls be trolling, I guess. I don't know. Bonnie Agliata says, I'm a blue boomer. Well, there you go. I guess that means you're a boomer that votes Democratic? I guess that makes me a blue boomer. And apparently a Jen Jones. NJ McCall says fro. Which might mean fuck somebody? I don't know. Republican organization? I don't know. But Chris says what I said. FDJT. Yeah, you got to put the J in there. Which I did not do because I really don't like the fact that Trump's middle name is my first name. I really do hate that. I don't know why Deborah retracted that. I was just about to read your thing and you retracted. I think it was positive. I think it was something good, wasn't it? But anyhow, whatever. Hey man, we got 28 watching, 67 thumbs ups. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let's get those subscribers. And hit the share button. Make sure you guys share this show. Let's get the show out there so we can grow and grow and grow and make Trucker John national. Whatever that means. Some old, out of date terminology. But hey, it is what it is. Did someone say it is what it is? Hey, look, Paul for Beard Guys here, coming at you. I just want to sort of, reiterate a lot of the stuff that Trucker John's been saying. You know, hey, I just want to let everyone know that I, too, am all for Kamala, all the way. Kamala Harris, all the way. I think she's great. I think she's going to be great for the country. She's going to just lead the way to democracy. She's going to keep democracy alive. We're going to have 8 years of Kamala. We're going to have, and on and on and on after that. She's just going to keep the ball rolling. Just keep it going. Keep that economy going. We're gonna grow in so many ways. It's just gonna be awesome. So awesome. So I love Kamala Harris. I hope you guys love Kamala Harris. And let's all make sure that we support her in any way we can. Any way you can. Whether it's a $3 donation, $5 donation, whether it's just I'm knocking stuff over. Whether it's just through posting her, sharing her page, sharing her posts, letting your friends and family know that you're going to support Kamala Harris, all that stuff, word of mouth, it all helps. It doesn't have to be monetarily, but if you can, then do it. $5, $3, $10, whatever. So I just want you guys to let you know where I stand. I stand firmly, 100% for Kamala Harris. Totally. I'm all in. I'm totally all in with Kamala. I'm trying to think of something, something catchy. Like we had Riding with Biden. We could have I'm completely Kamala. I don't know. Kamala completes me. Hey, that might work. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I'm just spitballing it here. But I, like the little picture says there, I'm with her. Definitely. All right. You guys wonder where I stand? Just because I'm a tough old cookie that would break your teeth if you ever tried to sink your teeth into me, that doesn't mean I'm not for Kamala too. I'm for Kamala. Come on. Are you kidding me? You think I would be for old stinky diaper man? I'm absolutely 100% for Kamala Harris. 100%. I'm going to be voting for her all the way, 100%. I'll even donate a few cookies, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. I'll be donating a few cookies her way, If you know what I mean. Yeah, that didn't come out right. But anyhow, you know what I mean. 100% for Kamala. Kamala's got the cookie vote. Let's just put it that way. She's going to carry the cookie vote. All the way, my contingent. I got a lot of cookies that I know back home, back in the cookie jar, and we're all 100% behind Kamala. So I just want you guys to know, not only does she have the AFL-CIO, but she's got the cookie contingent. That's right, and that's a pretty big contingent. We're 100% behind Kamala. All right, so there you go. There you have it. Just thought I should let you know. All right. The people have spoken, and the cookies have spoken. So there you go. The purple beard people of America have spoken. Talking about endorsements? When you get the purple beard guy and the tough cookie behind you, that's a winning combination, if you ask me. We don't change names. You're born with what you got. Yeah, we don't change names here. Mr. Buck, Nick Rich is missing out. Well, maybe he can catch that on the replay. He shouldn't have left so early. Marshall says, making me cry. Subway cookie now. Thanks. Love it. Robin M, I'm with Kamala and the cool kids. Absolutely. Jolie wants a cookie now. Oh, boy. I didn't know Cookie was, Tough Cookie was so, appetizing. Cookies for Kamala. Absolutely. See, and Mr. Spock, that is why I asked for the cookie for Nick. Love it out loud. See ya. Okay. Is Cian's leaving or is Mr. Spock leaving? I don't know. But anyhow. MJ Daniel, GJT has the moldy orange vote all locked up. Yeah, he's got the whatever he has locked up. I think his support is waning. I do think it's people. I think more and more people are seeing, or at least they should be seeing, how he is just falling apart. I mean, now he is the old guy. You want to make age a factor? Well, now, Donald Trump, you're, not that you haven't been, but it's solely on you. You're going against a young, spry 59-year-old who's the picture of health. And you're going to put your sad diaper-wearing ass up next to her? And you're bumbling and you're calling people by the wrong name and you can't remember shit. You're dozing off at your own RNC? Donald Trump, I'm talking about. I mean, it's pretty stark contrast. It's a pretty stark contrast we've got going now. And so I'm pretty hopeful. Like I say, we'll see how it goes. We got 105 days, I think it is, something like that. We'll see how it goes. But so far, these last couple days, man, unprecedented support that I've seen. I've never seen so much support so soon, so fast like that. It's very encouraging. And we need to just keep it going all the way to November, Mad Max says, every time I write the orange turd's name, I do just like he does to Democrats. Pedo DJT, rapist Donald Trump, felon Trump, etc. I don't write his name correctly, also to show disrespect for him. Yeah, he doesn't really deserve any respect whatsoever. He has proven himself over and over and over again to be a man of really no character. And he deserves to have all that shit thrown back in his face. Pity to create, Kamala is another tough cookie. Yes, she is. She's a tough cookie. Marsha H. at C, and I saw the name Karmala. DT is about to see what karma is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, karma. Yeah, I think Stephanie Miller was trying to work that in today about karma or something, yeah. Seeing Marsha H, so true if he comes out from hiding. Mad Mac, I'm passive aggressive in that way. Ha ha ha. As old as in, Tramp is too endearing, like Lady and Tramp. Yeah, maybe I could see that. CN says, Mad Mac, me too. I write stinky, dumpy orange turd. I like Traitor Trump because he's a traitor. you know that he's sold or given away, or in order to work off favors or whatever debts to Putin and to whomever, who God knows who else. Really, really super top secret stuff. And we've seen a result of that: agents getting killed or captured, or having to get pulled out of areas before they got killed or captured. And it all corresponds with, Trump taking these documents. I mean, just for that alone, the man should probably be executed. And I don't mean assassinated. Two different things. But in the old days, they used to if you were a traitor, they would execute you. So, but at the very least, the guy needs to be in prison for the rest of it, whatever time he has on this planet. He needs to be in prison. Alvin Stube says Vance's speech was bad. He's losing votes for Trump, and I love it. Yeah, even before Biden stepped down, my first thought was when Trump announced Vance was going to be the VP for him, my first thought was, man, they're just throwing fuel on the fire of November. I mean, because J.D. Vance is about as misogynistic as they come. I mean, there's plenty of video of him talking about, women should stay in abusive relationships. There should be a nationwide abortion ban. All this kind of stuff. Again, his own clips from his own speeches it writes itself for a campaign video. Mad Mac, yeah. There you go, TJ. Diaper Don, shit for brains, tramp. Marsha H says that Alvin Stube, I think he is regretting his pick now. Seeing sundowning. Yeah. All that about Trump. He is sundowning. I don't know, man. I don't want to get too cocky. We can't get cocky, and we can't rest on our laurels, and we can't get complacent. We got to keep this surge of enthusiasm going. We got to keep the enthusiasm going. And hopefully with shows like mine and Hal and Stephanie Miller and whoever else, Randy Rhodes, whatever, we can keep it going. We can keep the enthusiasm going. We got to keep the enthusiasm. Stephanie Miller, did I say Stephanie Miller? We got to keep it going, man. All the way to November, and then of course, really forever. I mean, we can't ever really rest on our laurels. We can never get complacent. Because I actually wrote an article many years ago, probably about 20 years ago, about complacency, and I titled it "Complacency is Death." So we can't be complacent. We got to keep at it. Keep pushing for democracy. The small d democracy and big D democracy, both. And we need to keep voting and voting blue all the way through. We got to stop electing Republicans because they don't really do anything good for the country. At least not within the last 44 years. They really haven't. They've set us back. They've regressed us in many ways. And then when the Democrats do get in the White House and do get in Congress or whatever, we just spend all our time cleaning up their mess. Now this time with Biden, we were able to make some great gains. We cleaned up our mess, and we made great gains in the economy, in jobs, bringing jobs back, reshoring jobs here in America that we thought we would never ever get back. And we got them back under Joe Biden. So we got to keep that going. We got to keep it going. Isolde Zen says, we also can't rest after Trump is gone because there are more fascists. Yes, that's kind of what I've been saying. And Album Sue, we still have to show up and vote. Exactly, that's what I've been saying. We gotta vote, and not only in 2024, but in 2026, in 2028, 2030, and everything in between, because we have local elections. Sometimes there's our city elections that could be anytime, and county elections, and state elections, and you just vote every single time, and take some time to look at some of the issues. A lot of times we have states where we have propositions and things like that. You can take a few minutes to read on that shit, And there are voter guides, and there are Democratic voter guides and all that kind of stuff. But just keep voting, man. It's not voting isn't just a one and done thing. It really is something you keep doing for your whole life. So, I've been voting ever since I could vote. When I turned 18, it was I think I was able to vote for in a midterm. And I remember voting in California in some spring primaries, and then into a midterm later on or something, I think. And then my first presidential election was Carter versus Reagan, and I proudly voted for Carter. And I've been voting ever since. So voting for Democrats. So yeah, you just do it. It's not a one and done thing. We just do it until the day we die. Michael Meandros says tons of infrastructure, jobs, highest wage increase 50 years, lowest unemployment 50 years. Yeah, it's just a remarkable job that has been done under the Biden administration, of which Kamala Harris was a part of, by the way. Walter McCarvey says, Trucker John, I have a gut feeling that the Congress Democrats are getting ready to finish him off with the Epstein files real soon. Yeah, that's another thing we don't really talk about. Even I don't talk about it. The media doesn't talk about it enough. And I didn't even talk about it very much. But yes, the Epstein files. That shit should take him down. If a picture of Gary Hart's girlfriend when he was married to someone else sitting on his lap is going to destroy your presidential bid, then the Epstein files not only should it destroy Trump's re-election or election run here, it should it should land him in prison, But anyhow, Marsha H says we have to stay a step ahead, make better predictions, and get in front of them. Yeah, we need to be strategic. Yeah, absolutely. But anyhow, guys, I think I'm going to call it quits. We're right at almost 2 hours here, and see, today's Tuesday. I'm not going to do a show this afternoon. I got stuff I got to do, and I'm going to be busy. Probably eating another Philly steak sandwich. Probably get my free sandwich over there at the Rio for lunch. But I'll be busy. But Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Just remember, I'm in the Pacific time zone, so you got to adjust accordingly. So Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and also probably Thursday, it'll probably be 2 p.m. Pacific time, because I believe Hal's coming on at 3. Like I said, he normally comes on at 4 on Thursdays. But when his son is here and stuff like that, then he comes on at his regular time at 3. But I'll still do a warm-up show. If we want to hang out for like an hour before the Hal Sparks show, we can do that. So I'll see you guys then. Thursday at 9 a.m., Thursday at probably 2 p.m. And then we're back on Saturday, right after the Hal Sparks show, around 11 a.m. Pacific time. And I noticed that I have to say these times over and over and over and over again, because I know them, but you don't always know them. And you guys have busy lives. You have your families and your jobs, and you have your hobbies, and you have all these other things that you watch. So even though I say it a million times, I realize that you guys have a lot of other things going on, and you're not going to remember when the Trucker John show's on. You know, I mean, there's other things to remember ahead of that. So, obviously, no, Alvin, not today. We do the afternoon show on Thursdays, unless I do an impromptu or something. I don't know. I mean, I know I was talking one of the last shows. I was talking about maybe going on every day. Maybe doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday show for maybe an hour or something. Maybe lead-ins to Hal. A Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it because I do have other stuff I got to do. I do have, I do Uber, and I have to do that in order to pay my rent and stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, if there's a demand for the Trucker John show to expand the schedule and come on more, I guess I would do it. I need more than 27 watching, I guess, more than 30 watching. I don't know. But for now, we'll just keep it the way it is. I'm open to expanding the show and coming on more days and more times, but right now I'm not really ready to make that commitment. All right, so we're going to keep it at Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and the afternoon show is on Thursday at 2. So I think that's what we'll keep it at that for now. But anyhow, yeah, thanks for all being here. Marsha H. Isolde is in. Yeah, your Mountain Standard Time is 1 hour off of Pacific Time. You guys are 1 hour later than me, I guess. Hey, Michael Andrews, get to catch Sugar John live for at least a few minutes. Hey, Michael, good to see you. Better late than never, as my dad would always say. Thanks for dropping in and saying hi real quick. Pamela, goodbye, everyone. Mad Mac, you got a live too. But we'll see. But keep that as Jolie says, hit that notification bell, because I am sometimes I sometimes do an impromptu. I might just if I've got nothing else going on and there's nothing going on, maybe I will do an impromptu. I don't know. So always keep your notifications on, and maybe I'll pop in. CN's got the emojis going there. March 8th, Tuesday is my day to get a little something done. If no Brazier making news happens, short windows take until midday to get my pain under control. I had to manage lives. Hard to manage lives. Well, yeah, I hope you get that under control. And yeah, we're all doing our thing, man. We all got our things going on. Michael's been camping. So, hey, man, enjoy yourself camping. This is a great time of year, especially out there in Michigan, and I hope you're having a good time camping. Big Hook. Hey, Big Hook, I appreciate your Vegas shorts, John. Thank you, Big Hook, for being here, and I'm glad you appreciate that. Check out my videos. I've got the one on the 303 in the cut. Best Philly cheesesteak sandwich I've ever had in my life. You guys should check that out. And Penny Teresa, thanks, John. Thank you guys for being here, man. Thank you for making this show possible. You guys make it possible. I do this because of you guys. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't do it. So thank you for being here. Jevin Richardson's here. Hey, Jevin, thanks for being here. As we're out the door, as we're leaving. I guess that's it for today. I'll say in closing is go Kamala Harris. 100%. I'm behind you all the way. Tough Cookie's behind you. Paul the Purple Beard guy's behind you. I think almost everybody in this chat is behind you, Kamala. And along with millions and millions and millions of other people who have shown their support in these last couple days for Kamala Harris. We're all behind you, and we will see you, Kamala Harris, in about 105 days, and we're going to see you be the next president of the United States. All right, guys, and with that, I will leave us to go and do some stretching, because you don't want to pull a hammy. Nope, you don't want to pull a hammy.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid, but doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you, baby, to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John. At least when I was out drive. I couldn't handle the skin doing this live stream. Baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream.